Answered their Eurosceptics. For now, time for the league leaders to take care of local business. Arsenal make one change from the team that scraped that first Champions League win here on Wednesday. It's only the third time in the last year that Kanu has started a Premiership match. Dennis Bergkamp makes way for what's the last game before the FA suspensions kick in. Tottenham are still in the midst of a leadership contest. David Pleat makes three changes in response to the first defeat of this caretaker spell. The 21-year-old Portuguese forward Elder Postiga gets his first start since August. French loan signing Stéphane Dalma is preferred to Gus Poyet. Anthony Gardner's back from injury too. Arsenal have just been the neighbours from hell. Spurs haven't beaten them for 4 years. 4 years of trophies and cup finals and Highbury highs. Tottenham's turn to be lords of this manor is long overdue. Here's Cole, the goal. 87 minutes and 45 seconds of frustration ended by one nod of his head against Dynamo Kiev here. Sol Campbell. Not forgotten or forgiven by some of the supporters behind him. Turned forward by Konchesky. Touré is there. So too Lauren. Kept in by Tariko. Parler, who captains Arsenal in the absence of Vieira. Kanu. Does bring something different to the Arsenal setup. He would to any setup. Only once in the Premiership decade have Tottenham finished ahead of Arsenal in the final standings. 15 points and half the table separate them at the start of play today. Only 4 points separate Spurs from the relegation zone. Parler stepping out of the traffic, taking on Konchesky, showing too much of it to Tariko and then filing the Argentine fullback. Throw in rather cheaply given away by Parler. Quite a difficult wind swirling inside Highbury. Ledley King playing in the Tottenham midfield, forcing the ball to Robbie Keane. And he's forced it back towards Anderton, and Tottenham take the lead. A goal in 4 minutes for Darren Anderton. And no other team in the country enjoys scoring at Highbury quite like Tottenham Hotspur. Where did he come from? The ball broke very kindly for Darren Anderton, but he chanced his arm with that run into the Arsenal penalty area, and his luck was in. It was February last year when Anderton last found the back of the net. And what a net to find, Arsenal's, in just 4 minutes. Tottenham's last win at Highbury, May 1993. Kanu. Henry. Couldn't resist. Good save by Keller, had to be. Sweetly struck by Thierry Henry, who scored the Premiership's goal of the season on this ground against these opponents last season. Header away by Richards. Dennis Bergkamp has started the last 3 matches for Arsenal, but sitting it out today. Youngberg, shown too much of it to Tariko. Now King. Anderton. Keane. It's a little loose with that flicked pass, and it's found only Youngberg. And here's Thierry Henry in pursuit. Pires was on for the cutback. Henry will go it alone. Good save that by Keller. Thierry Henry appealing to the fans in the North Bank behind Casey Keller's goal to turn up the volume. And certainly it was a motivating run by Arsenal's leading goal scorer. Pires takes the resulting corner. Seen off though by Postiga. Dalmar finding a way out. Not past Youngberg though. Campbell still forward. Freddie Youngberg. Canu. He's drifted away from Gardner. Pulled back towards Pires and Henry. Parla. Turned away by Anthony Gardner. A lot of Arsenal pressure building. Youngberg slipped through to Canu. Gardner did really well again. Pires. Parla. Still they come. Pires held up and brought down by Tariko on the edge of the penalty area. Wry smile, suggesting that maybe Robert Pires bought that, but his path was definitely blocked by Tariko. It's Henry. And I think it will have to be retaken. And there's going to be a yellow card for Paul Konchesky for chasing down from the wall. Now the trap's too quickly for the referee's liking. It's Henry again, left-footed this time. It did just brush the top of the netting. Well, that's a measure of the man's ability and confidence, that he's prepared to take a free kick with his unfavoured foot, because the positioning of the free kick just favours that side. Mark Halsey trying to keep the game moving. One way for Lauren to go now, and Postiga might get there ahead of Lehmann. It's held there, Postiga, stopped by the goalkeeper's foot, and Lauren gets away with it. Some afters between Lehmann and Postiga, which the referee has to address and intervene between the German keeper and the young Portuguese striker, who missed his opportunity there. Ball run away from him. Knocked out of the way by his own man there, Dalmar, and Gilberto profits. Henry, clashing challenge from Richards. Certainly warming up here. Only half a dozen Londoners on the field, but you don't have to be in this part of the world for very long to feel the edge between these two clubs. It's a derby, official. Pires will take. In towards Canu, and Youngberg, really good defending by Darren Anderton. He's made an impact inside one 6-yard box, Anderton, and now he has in the other. The decision has actually gone Tottenham's way. Canu's long leg kept it in play. It looked to me as if Anderton had turned it out. Lauren. Parla. He's pushed Youngberg a little wider than he would have liked, but Lauren is there to cross. Not sure that Henry could see it as it dropped from behind Carr. Now he's hurt. This is Pires. Henry in agony, just off the pitch. Despite the fact he's off the pitch, Mark Halsey is sufficiently concerned to stop play. That doesn't look good at all, is it? It's a high-dropping ball. Carr and Henry were together. Carr's left arm was raised, and he just caught him in the throat, I think. Carr had eyes only for the ball. There's no malice in the Tottenham captain's actions, but Thierry Henry in great discomfort. That's a bit better. See what Thierry Henry thinks happened. I think he may think differently when he sat down to watch the Premiership tonight. Parlour. Henry is offside. Ooh, and just as well for Casey Keller that he is. Keller caught Henry late at White Hart Lane last season and conceded a penalty. He'd have been trotting back to the dressing room if the flag had stayed down. Gardner leaving it for Dalma. Lauren's back pass is poor. This is Postiga. Lehmann did just about enough. Campbell's clearance hit Cole. Lauren has got it away. And Arsenal have survived by the skin of their teeth. And by the fact that Elder Postiga is looking anything but confident in front of goal. 7 weeks in temporary control, longer than some permanent managers get. That old form book has gone out of the window again. It is a bona fide derby. Plenty to argue about, but no arguing about the scoreline thanks to Darren Anderton's early goal. It's Arsenal 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. The last unbeaten record in the English professional leagues. Under threat from the last team, Arsenal would want to beat them. Darren Anderton was playing the last time Spurs won here over 10 years ago, but that was against a virtual reserve team as Arsenal prepared for an FA Cup final. Tottenham's previous win here was in a League Cup semi-final in 1987 when Daley Pleat was in charge and Clive Allen was the goal scorer. The ITV panellist has been helping out on the coaching side with Spurs recently. Toure very swift to cover that. Hello. Good to see. Gilberto put in possession by King. King couldn't quite control the bouncing ball. Ljungberg. Oh, and Tariko just ran across him there. And he's run into trouble again. Yellow card for Richo Tariko. No attempt to play the ball whatsoever. Pires takes. In towards Henry. It might fall for Campbell. Corner kick. Sailed over Henry beyond Campbell, but Campbell just denied by Gardner. Pires. Turned away again by Gardner. By King. Canu. It's knocked off balance by Dalma. trying to get them ahead of steam. And they wanted to chase the game. Pires takes. And it was from Gilberto. This is Postiga. He's got Keane up with him. The flag is up against Robbie Keane. It's a tight one. Well, he looks no worse than level. Arsenal are living on their nerves back there. Keane living on the last defender. Probably deserved to break clear then. Henry. Dispossessed by King. Dalmar dispossessed by Henry. Can he do it all on his own? Just as he did last year. Well, he'll try. And if Arsenal are over-dependent upon Thierry Henry, why they need him now? Campbell strong. Seagull to Kanu. Good play by Gardner. Bergkamp trying to pull the strings in the Arsenal midfield. Tottenham look resolute. Oh, now that has to be a back pass, isn't it? Well, Causey felt not. Richards just seemed to guide that back to Casey Keller. Keller didn't have to pick it up. He must have felt confident enough. Well, I suppose you could call it a miscontrol. It's one of those days when every decision is going to be contested. Pires. Henry. Now Cole. Youngberg's there! He's got the slightest of touches which nudged it beyond Kanu. Still a quarter of the match remaining for Arsenal to try to find something. The ball not breaking for them inside the Spurs box. Keane trying to let it run for Konchesky. Touré was having none of it. Parler. No flag. Thierry Henry is clear. Good save by Keller. Pires 1-1. Arsenal on terms, and no, it's not Thierry Henry. It's Robert Pires. She's happy. He's not. Maybe it should have been Henry. Tottenham will want to see just how close to catching him offside they were. It was borderline. Henry kept cool as only he can, maybe too cool, because Keller was able to save. Carr couldn't quite clear. And Robert Pires, who scored 5 times now against Tottenham in his 3 years as an Arsenal player, scored the goal which levels up this North London derby. And Arsenal have kept that run going, scoring in each Premiership match at Highbury since April of 2001. Few more important than that one. Dalmar. Bergkamp was looking for Kanu, who wasn't looking at Bergkamp. Strong defending by Campbell. Bergkamp forward towards Henry. No foul. Yes, it has been given. Referee was looking for an advantage, but Carr has been penalised. Arsenal pulse is racing. It's Henry. For the kick. All getting a little bit flawed out there. Henry shot deflected behind. Perez. Flashing header coming in from Richards. Bergkamp. Ljungberg is there, just beyond Kanu. Corner given. Tottenham are furious, they felt it came off Freddie Ljungberg. See why. Arsenal corner, contested corner. Perez takes, Kanu's flick. Turned away though by Ledley King. Back in there by Toure. Awkward bounce, capably dealt with by Casey Keller. About half of the Premiership derbies have ended in draws. Pushing 10 o'clock on Wednesday night when Arsenal got back to the dressing room to heave their sighs of Champions League relief. Spurs have had a free week. They had 3 games in 6 days the previous week and maybe paid the price with last Saturday's defeat. We do get tired, footballers, bless them. Dalmat. Postiga. Stopped by Parla. Bergkamp. Kanu. Ljungberg is free to his left. Three waiting in the centre. It's Freddie Ljungberg. It's deflected. Ah! They're lucky Arsenal today. Frederick Ljungberg, with the help of a outrageous deflection, puts Arsenal in front for the first time. Some things are just meant to be. Kanu found him. He cut inside looking to shoot, and it hit the outstretched foot of Stephen Carr, and that diverted it over and beyond Casey Keller. And Arsenal are in front with the last 10 minutes inside. There's nothing quite like beating those from just up the road. All you can do is prepare them and send them over the white line. And then, inevitably, Lady Luck will play her part, as well as the players you select. Ricketts, former Arsenal player. This will hurt for him. Mabizela. Tossed in towards Zamora, though. Didn't quite bounce for Keane. Cole gets it away. And as far as Darren Anderson, Derby Day is not about how, it is about how many. And Arsenal have won to go 4 points clear at the top tonight. And Tottenham Hotspur, who might have won, have only another Highbury hard luck story.